Hey guys, welcome back to my lifestyle channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my very first scrapbooking video, and I've never done something like this. I wasn't sure how I wanted to start this, but I'm going to make a playlist, and kind of like my daily journal, I'll be updating you guys every single month with different ideas that I have, so stay with me. So I love scrapbooking, but for the past, I would say, 3 years, I've put it off completely, and I was very dedicated after my first son. Like when I was pregnant with him, I kept up with, my scrapbooking for my pregnancy, and then when I had him, I still tried to, but the more and more he grew, oh my gosh, the less time that I had to even work on it. So yeah, I definitely slacked, and I got through his whole pregnancy and the first few months of him being alive. And from there, I'm behind. So then in 2016, when my second son came along, I decided, that I wanted to pick it back up, and I tried. I got a couple more pages done for my first son, and then I really tackled my second son's pregnancy scrapbooking and got some of it done too. And then the last probably close 2 to 3 years, I just haven't at all. I've had it all packed away in totes and boxes, and I keep all of these keepsakes because every time something happens or we get something, I'm like, oh my god, that would be perfect in their scrapbook, that I never do. But scrapbooking is like a daily journal to me, or reading. It's very therapeutic, so I've always wanted to get back into it, and I don't want my kids to grow up and me to think back and regret never picking it back up and never scrapbooking, because looking back at what I did years ago, and I'm probably going to be like tearing up in this video because these are so meaningful to me, and I hope one day they're meaningful to my sons and their spouses and their kids and so on and so forth. So to start this off, my week has been hectic. I haven't been able to actually sit down and scrapbook anything. So I'm actually going to be just showing you guys, and this is going to be a video dedicated to Roman's pregnancy and his first few days of being alive scrapbook. It is very full though, and this is his scrapbook, and there's a picture of him when he was 4 days old, and it's still pretty thick. There's a lot of pages to get through, so I'm going to show you guys all of it. My next video for this little series will probably be showing you guys actual scrapbooking and different techniques and different ideas I found, and showing you guys like the process of me putting pages together. I think it would be super fun to just do it throughout the month whenever I have the time, film it, and throw it all together in one video to update you guys monthly. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and when I finish a complete book like this, I'll have a dedicated video for each one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this, so this video is not too long still. So the very first page says, love, January 15th, 2013, and December 31st, 2012. That is when I found out I was pregnant. You can see the 3 pregnancy tests. I was not going to risk a false positive, which those are not very common if they even happen at all. But it also has a Dr. Seuss saying, a person's a person no matter how small. And around the time that I scrapbooked this page was when I already decided to do my son's nursery and Dr. Seuss. So that is why I made that on the first page. There's also a picture of me and my now husband. At the time we were dating, I was only 17 years old. I had just turned 17 years old in November, and then I found out December 31st that I was pregnant. So it was a shock to my family and to us too. And then over to the side, you can see my first ultrasound of our little baby. He was our little peanut. Then it goes to 11 weeks, my next ultrasound, and those bathroom selfie pictures. That is what you do when you're 17 and pregnant and living with your grandparents. I would take a lot of selfies in that bathroom. And of course, the next page also has a bathroom selfie. New phone. Oh no, new phone case though. This was my next ultrasound at 15 weeks 1 day, and this was when we actually found out what we were having, and you can kind of tell from the puppy dog paws and the blue that we found out we were having a little boy. And the next page is it's a boy, and there is another ultrasound picture. I added ribbon that said it's a boy. There's a picture of some onesies and bibs and the ultrasound over it showing that it's a boy. And also you can kind of see over on the page by the little strings of clothes, the stickers. I love pop-out stickers. They're so cute. But you can see that we had already chosen a name for him. We actually had a boy and a girl name already picked out. Although we were extremely young, the news of our son at the same time, we were very excited. For me, I think it took a toll on me, honestly. I was at like a really low point in my life. So that news could have totally broken me at that point, but it actually didn't. And in a way, it kind of lifted my spirits and like made me feel like I had a purpose as a mom. And to this day, Roman's always been my sunshine. That is the name. Roman Eli was what we were going to name him. And he's always been my sunshine. And I think back at that time in my life, and it literally, like, I really do feel like he saved me at that point in my life. Still so blessed to have him. The next page, I tried new techniques, and you can tell they didn't go as amazing as I hoped. But being pregnant, I was exhausted, so I was like trying to get through, and I was always behind on this from the get-go. I didn't even start this until like mid-pregnancy anyways. So there is some techniques I look back on, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, but this took place in 2013. So it's been quite a few years since then. My son is going to be 7 this year, which is insane, but I'm hoping to find some new cool techniques that I'll really like. The next page is March 31st, 2013. It was Easter, and there is a selfie of me and James. And then we have made this a tradition now where we dye eggs every single year and we have our names on them. So this year, for 2013, was our first year doing that. And so we had Daddy, Mommy, Miley, who was our lab at the time. She actually passed the following month of this year, in 2013. And then we had Roman Eli on an egg, and we were going to do his nursery and Dr. Seuss, but we always just thought of red when we thought of Roman, so a lot of things was planned out red for him. And then the next page, we have my 18 weeks belly bump and 19 weeks 1 day ultrasound, and he got some really good shots at this appointment. He was very active, as you can see, active baby boy, but we have a good shot of his head, a good shot of his spine. And then on the next page, we have some pictures that my sister took. My sister's a photographer, so she took these pictures of me when I was 20 weeks. I was at my halfway point and so excited. It says, "Before you were born, I carried you under my heart." And yeah, that was April 17th, 2013. And then the next page, you can again kind of tell that I was getting a little sloppy because I was tired and pregnant, but 21 weeks and 23 weeks. And it says, "You never understand life until it grows inside of you." Then we have 24 weeks, and these were, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the round stickers that have the weeks on it were actually the stickers, as you can see in a lot of the pictures, of my belly bump that I started doing. And I just had extra belly bump pictures in between. Like this was one that I just gave you a sticker for like every 2 weeks or something like that. But that's what I decided to do with Roman, was the stickers on my belly. For 24 weeks, I had another ultrasound done. My doctor does an ultrasound at every single one of the appointments, every monthly appointment. And then I believe my sister took these pictures of me too. If I'm not mistaken, it's been like almost 7 years ago, or actually, yeah, this is almost close to 7 years ago. But it says, "A mother's joy begins when new life is stirring inside, when a tiny heartbeat is heard for the very first time, and a playful kick reminds her that she's never alone." And this saying really caught with me during my pregnancy with Roma because I was feeling very alone in life. Things did get really hard between me and my then boyfriend that turned into my fiance, and we were having a baby, and things got really tough, and we've always stuck it through with each other, and we're married now and still together, but it was very, very hard, and sometimes I did feel alone, and he was just always a reminder. And then losing Miley, my dog, like about threw me over the edge. So Roman was always a reminder. Every move he would make just really, really helped me through hard times. There's some really cool ultrasound pictures again of his spine, his foot, his hand. He would always get really good shots of Roman's hands, and he was always waving at us. It was so cute. The next pages are very colorful because it was from his baby shower. We, of course, did Dr. Seuss theme to go along with his room. And we have the thank you that we had for the baby shower. And then next to it is the invites. And our invites, funny enough, we actually handmade those. Like, we cut out the squares, or I think maybe we found the squares, but I want to say my husband did the zigzags. I could be wrong. Again, it's been a long time ago, but we did hole punch them and put the ribbon through them. We stamped out all of the letters and then like just wrote the rest. It took a lot of work, but for parties, you'll kind of see a pattern of this. For parties and stuff like that, I always include like little labels for stuff, and they're so nice at the parties because they just look like nice little touch to add to the theme, but also they're so nice if you love to scrapbook. So you can see like I've kind of thrown them in on the pages. Green eggs and ham, thing 1 and thing 2, hop on pop. The next page we have the Yertle Turtles, 1 fish, 2 fish. I even took like tissue paper from bags and different stuff like that from my shower and included in here and stamped on them. Games we played, we did the clothespin game where you kept a clothespin on, you couldn't say the word baby, and if you did, somebody could steal your clothespin. And then the dirty diaper game with the chocolate bars, which is always fun. There's a little sketch of the Cat in the Hat that my dad drew at the baby shower. He is an artist, which you'll see in a minute in another picture. Some more pictures of the gifts, the diaper cake that my sister-in-law Brianna made for me, the cake that my mama got, which was so cute. And then from near to far, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. I just wanted to make everything Dr. Seuss theme. And then there's, of course, family. And my dad with the pictures that he painted for Roman's room, which was incredible. As you can see, there are pages out of the Cat in the Hat. So I was so shocked and so excited about those. And then we're on to 28 weeks with my bump. And at this point, it was hot, muggy, and I was tired of being pregnant. I could not wait for Roman to be here. We spent a lot of time on the river, and my sister got a puppy, Toby, which she still has. He's a little Westie, and he's adorable. So I had to include him. And then there is some more. I actually, on this page, I cut up a bag that I got at the baby shower, and that is the handprint footprints that you see. I honestly was like running out of ideas at this point. And what I really love about scrapbooking is spacing it out to where I have time to actually sit down and do a page like once a week or something like that, to where I'm not like trying to hurry up and rush through. Like I said, I was mid-pregnancy and already behind. So it's kind of like I was trying to catch up, and that's where you really lose inspiration and creativity. I think. That's for me anyways, but I still thought it would be kind of cute to include some of the gift bags that we got from the baby shower. But this was my ultrasound at 29 weeks, and you can see another little arm and hand waving. The next page was the flowers and the necklace that James got me for Mother's Day. My first Mother's Day, even though he was still in my belly, James still got me flowers and a necklace and a very thoughtful card. The next page was 30 weeks, and this is when I did my maternity photos, and oh my gosh, we did so many, like with Roman, we did like so many different like shots and like different locations, outfit changes, the whole spiel. And of course, my sister's a photographer, so we were able to do that, and we had so much fun doing these pictures. These shots here were the ones that I wanted to get with my sticker for 30 weeks. It says, the love between a parent and their children is always and forever, which I love, and I need to make sure I put that quote in my other son's scrapbook. The next page is the next scene. It's literally like each scene that we got from our maternity shoot on each page, and I love that. This one says, For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. And that's Psalms 139, 13 through 14. And I loved those settings too. The lighting was just so beautiful. My sister did amazing on all of our maternity pictures. This next one was actually cut out from a page that my cousin Stephanie had given me at the baby shower, and she said that this thing always touched her when she was pregnant with her twins, so she wanted me to have it, and I actually cut it up and put it in here because I loved it so much. But it says, "No one else will ever know the strength of my love for you. After all, you are the only one who knows what my heart sounds like from the inside." And it's so cute. And then we have family where life begins and love never fails. And fun fact about this white dress that I'm wearing, I actually wore this outfit to my baby shower, but I wanted to make this white dress a thing, and I actually wore it in maternity photos with my second son as well. So it's kind of like a special dress to me now, and I still have it in my closet, and kind of hoping it's something that will continue, that I could just add little things to it to make it look different. Then we have the pictures at the field, which were so cool and turned out so good for the Cardinals. My dad actually got this little 12-month outfit, and he hand painted St. Louis Cardinals and those birds and Hunt 1 on the back, which Hunt is our last name if you didn't know, if you're new to this channel. So we had to do this little scene to show that because it was just so cool. And then the last bit of our maternity shoot was down by the river, and we added in a little stuffed monkey that we thought would just pull together with the colors. We thought it was really cute. The ultrasound pictures, everything about this was so amazing, besides the fact that my stomach had mosquito bites, which is so awful, and we did not realize how bad the mosquitoes were until we got home that night. Then moving on, I really wanted a picture, a belly bump picture in Roman's nursery, but the lighting was so bad and these pictures turned out so yellow. But we went to Baby View, which is a place where you can go and get like 3D shots, because our doctor actually didn't offer those at the time. I don't know if he does now. It's been a while since I've had a baby. But you go to Baby View and you can get some 3D shots, and they're so cool. And we did that at 32 weeks. Then at 34 weeks, I was literally about to pop. He was getting very cramped in there, and you can tell in the ultrasounds that we still got good profile pictures of him, but there was just not a lot of space left to really get good shots because he was getting a little cramped. Then at 36 weeks, we have another big bump ahead, and another shot of like the spine and his arm and his fist. And again, it was so hard getting any shots. And then at exactly 37 weeks, we welcomed Roman Eli to the world, and he was absolutely amazing. Maybe I'll do birth stories at some point. I don't want to go into too much detail there, but it was quite the experience. But these pictures are so meaningful to me too, because these were done by my sister also, who was in the room, and she did such an incredible job with the pictures. And oh my gosh, it just makes me want to cry every time I see my kids' birth pictures. It's just, oh my God. This is when I'm going to start getting a lot really emotional, because the other pictures are just kind of pictures of me. The ultrasounds are so sweet, but like when you actually see their little faces and their little hands, and you know that they're almost 7 years old now. Oh my gosh, I get so emotional. But I have my wristbands and his from the hospital, and my husband's, all three of ours, and then the little thing that was clamped on his umbilical cord, protected in there. And then the next one is pictures from the next day. I actually had him at 2:23 in the morning, so this was that same day pretty much. But I love this page. It has a little bumblebee and it says "Sweet Baby." Those were the flowers that my dad brought me, and then some more pictures taken by my sister of our little baby. And there's James with him. He was perfect. He was 6 pounds 2 ounces. He was tiny. then there's some pictures of my dad, my dad's mom, my mama. Then my dad's dad, my pawpaw, my sister, who we call Auntie Boom Boom. Of course, when I had him at that time, we didn't call her Auntie Boom Boom, but as he got bigger, she would always play with him and go, boom, 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 and stuff like that. She would always make noises, so that is why we started calling her Auntie Boom Boom. And then, of course, me and Roman, and us dressing him. Oh my gosh, he's so little. It's been a while since I've looked through this, so I'm getting so emotional, and this is taking me forever to film. Some more stickers and stuff like that. I'm trying to like make this more scrapbooking instead of like just personal for myself, letting you guys in on Roman's maternity and first few days. But you can kind of see I started drawing around like with a marker around the pictures to kind of make a border to make it look more like a frame. I really like that technique with this, and I started adding some stickers that says our little tiger, his little tiger outfit that he wore in the hospital. And then the next day, we had to stay overnight, of course. The next day, my mom and my little siblings came over, and then James's mom. And then we have the little stickers that says on the way home with a little truck, and Roman in his car seat. He was so tiny. He had a little monster outfit that said Mommy's Monster, and it had a monster on the butt of the pants. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. Then the stickers that says Roman Eli Hunt. I wanted it to go along with his nursery, and you can kind of see his crib, how tiny he was, and that's just a standard size crib. He was so tiny. And then the next page, I have a sticker that says nursery, and it is, of course, all the shots of his nursery from his bookshelf, his crib, his rocking chair, dresser, and changing table. We did it all blue and red, and the name Roman that's hung up on the wall. Actually, we hand painted that, and then the Lorax trees, James's mom and brother actually made for our baby shower. And then, of course, the paintings that my dad did, but his room really came together. The next page shows him at 2 days old and 3 days old. And oh my gosh, it was so adorable. He had a little bit of jaundice, so we did have some doctor's appointments, but that's why we were kind of dressing him up for those moments. Of course, when you have your first kid, you just want to keep changing him, putting him in different outfits and stuff because they're so cute. But oh my gosh. And then these 2 pages are probably some of my very, very favorite. My sister took these when he was only 4 days old, and they're just so precious. But the book that I always read to Roman when he was little, I read a lot of different books, but my favorite and the one that he always begged for me to read once he grew to, because he was so used to me reading it, was Love You Forever. So it says, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And it's just, it's always touched me. I love those pages. And I love getting the different textured scrapbook paper. That makes a big difference too with scrapbooking, just making sure if you get stuck somewhere, you can always find like a nice quote to put in there or stickers. But if you have like different texture scrapbook paper, it really helps like with the flow of things. And then we have 4 days old, 5 days old, 9 days old. I kind of just wanted to start going in a new direction because I didn't want to get repetitive. It was my first kid, so I'm constantly taking pictures, and I still do of my kids, but I don't want to go too heavy, you know, and like have a picture of every single day either, because that could get pretty hectic to keep up with. But for his first few days, I really did want to make sure I had those moments and had a picture for each one of those days as he grew. Then I had his very first bath at 8 days old. He had his first bath, and oh my gosh, he's so cute. Then at 2 weeks old, some different pictures that we had just taken on our phone. 3 weeks old, taking a nap with Mammy, with his cousins and my little brother, his uncle. And then another one, 3 weeks old, These were mainly just candid shots that I thought were going to be special to have in here up until 1 month old. This last one I love too. Read me a story, tuck me in tight, say a sweet prayer, kiss me goodnight. And I love that one too. I took all kinds of pictures of the faces he would make while I read the Lion King to him. And that is it for this. I did his whole pregnancy from the moment we found out, throughout my pregnancy, his ultrasounds, baby view, his birth, his first few days being a little baby, and also up into his first month. And that is all that I'm actually going to be putting in this scrapbook, because the rest is to come in another scrapbook. But I have already started onto his next scrapbook, which will be his whole first year. And then I'm hoping from there it can be like a couple years into, you know, each book, so that's not like a whole book like this for every year, because my kids will literally kill me when they're older and like, Mom, why is there so many? But yeah, that is it for this video. I know it's probably really long already. I kind of just wanted to start this little series. My next video will definitely be like actually doing some scrapbooking and doing some different ideas, showing my progress, kind of like my daily journal. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you make videos like this. I would love to come see them and get some ideas, some inspiration, because sometimes you do get in a rut and you need to look up some ideas from others too. But yeah, I love scrapbooking. I love looking at these so much, and I know that my kids will one day too. So I definitely want to get caught up and make sure I'm more consistent with it as the years go on. But as they grow, you know, you're not doing every single, there's not so many milestones like there is in their first year. So I think it'll get a lot easier once I get past those and then start putting a couple of years into each one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me some thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I do all kinds of different videos, from scrapbooking to daily journaling to cooking, all kinds of stuff, vlog style. So yeah, but again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next lifestyle video.